Right, so what is up, peeps? It's Optus Prime Gaming here, and welcome back to a brand new season of Let's Build a Theme Park Season 5. Now, this is the first episode of our brand new season, and it has been a while since I've uploaded. I do apologise, I have been busy with school life, work, and so on and so forth. So, what are we going to do on this first episode? So in the first episode today, we are actually going to go ahead and go through the park and update you guys on what's new. So as you can see, we've got new entrance and exit banners, and on our to-do list is the actual entrance kiosks, which are here and here. Then, once we enter through the park, as you can see, we've had a brand new retheme of our Main Street USA, aka our take of Disney World's Main Street USA. So if we travel to the left, as soon as you enter the park, you come to the aquarium. Here we have our rescued sea turtles and dolphins in rehab. These are our eldest sea turtles, as you can see, and these are our younger ones. Now, this acts like a sanctuary for our older turtles, whilst the younger ones are free to roam as they please in the actual habit tree. Then we come over to the toilets, which is a brand new build. Let me show you how I did this. Literally as simple as that. And for the toilet roll, it's literally a button with concrete powder to make an illusion look like it is actually for toilet roll. When if you look at the back there, you've got the roller coaster still going through the aquarium like it originally had. Then we come to guest services. Now this is a brand new building, completely redone, as you can probably tell. We do need to actually add some an interior into here. Then we've got the exit for the staff. But as you can see, we've gone out the confines of the main build. That was my intention now, because obviously we've had the turret shape like this for all the seasons. So in this season I thought, you know what, let's do something new and let's change up the shape of the actual hub. Moving on, right next to the guest services, we've got our brand new restaurant, the Bone Cutter. That's what it's going to be called. A take on Alton Towers' Woodcutter Grill, which is located in just outside the Dark Forest by Rita. So as you can see, fully seatable using the scaffolding block as the actual tables. It does work nice, and minecarts as a seat. As you can see, I can actually sit down at the table perfectly. They do not move, which is great for us, although they want to. Then we come into the kitchen area, which is fully furnished. As you can see, we've got quite a few cookers. And here, oh, I forgot to put the handle on the fridge. We've got our fridges and our crafting benches here. And then literally servers come through here, walk around the tables, give food out. So we've got four-seater tables and 5 two-seater tables. Then we've got our little outdoor area, which may actually be fenced off as like a drinking area or something in the future. So this might be like the chill area where you can just sit outside and dine. So as you can see, the actual floors, and we've got new shrubbery and theming for this area. As you can see here, the roller coaster has gone under a new track layout. Just this section here is new. And as you can see, just underneath it, you've got this mass white block. Now, this building isn't actually finished yet, but I can take you inside and show you what it is. Literally, it just needs an outer skin and a proper roof. But this is going to be our brand new box office room. So as you can see, we do need to do flooring, staff entrance, but all in all it is kind of done. Also new to the ride that we've got here, the ride through Pixar Alley, is the automated track the automated cart reloader. So basically, once you launch a guest on this cart, another one enters the station. Unfortunately, we've only got 2 carts on each track, I believe it is. So I'll have to actually go and check that to see if I'm right. But as you can see, there is no longer the proper border that we used to have in this land. It has been changed up to go outside, so we are no longer crammed for space. As you can see, it has actually gone under a massive retheme, and it's took me about 3 or 4 days of all-nighters to do. And then over here we've got obviously the minecart station, we've got the monorail to take you through to the different lands, and then the hotel monorail. 3 different cart tracks, as you can see. Each one has its own purpose. For example, the outside one, which is here, drops guests off at the hotel. The inner gold track brings guests back to the park, and then the stone track is for obviously the main monorail line, which goes around our theme park to various stations within. As you can see, there's one of our stations. So moving on, we shall go down memory lane. That's where one of our newest bits is. So as you can see here, we've now got official lighting lampposts. So using the effects with the lanterns, we have created these little overhangs. As you can see, if you see one with 4 lanterns on, that is the entrance overhang. That's what I haven't done. I do actually need to put these back up to 3 because they are actually supposed to be 3s, but these are 4s. So if it hasn't got the top bit, it's not the entrance, and this basically cones off as the memory lane section. So literally, nice little bit of theme in there. Then we go over to Cooper Cross, which is currently closed, which I can actually now fully open it again. So this is actually where our door is, but I did actually have to block it off. So as you can see, the turtle shells have actually been redone to have the the wall effect on it. So as you can see, these have got the same, but instead of mossy cobble, you got mossy stone, and then instead of dark oak trees, you got stripped dark oak trees. Now you can't actually plant dark oak trees like this. You actually have to manually go ahead and strip all the bark off the actual wood. So as you can see, at the end of Cooper Cross, unfortunately, we have actually blocked it off for the time being, which means that this monorail station is closed. So on the note of that, I'm going to have to turn that on, because this monorail station, until this has all been redone, is currently closed. As you can see, we have also done work with more walls there. So, which means Valhalla is currently off limits. Now, Valhalla has had a full minecart retheme instead of using the boat aspect. And this is thanks to the new aquatic update, meaning that blocks such as stone slabs, stairs, and tracks can actually go underwater now, which has opened a whole lot more doors to our theme park, as you can see. So then we come over to here. Now, don't actually think anything is new, minus this top bit in water, adding a water effect to the ride. I think that's the only new thing to the Cooper Scare Zone. Then you've got the Hyper Phantom maze, which is quite a big maze if you think about it, going through our world. And so obviously, as you can see, you've got the beacons to tell you that entrance and exits. Then moving on, as you can see, we've got a new pathway to open up to a new area, which is currently under construction. As you can see, no construction is actually happening at the moment, because I haven't come up with a new idea for the world. For that section of the world, sorry. So then, gradually moving on. As you can see, there is a whole lot new scenery added. So we shall move on to the shopping district area of the park. So the gift shops and so on and so forth. So, as you can see, the Chained Heart is still under construction, but we do have natural. So basically, over here is basically the food district that supplies the park. So we've got the mushrooms for stew, sugar canes for cakes and that, watermelon farm, which is all automated, and then we've got the cave farm, as you can see, using the water trough idea. So as you can see, this area is actually coming along. The Twist of Fate is still under construction, so that is not currently open. Then we've got X9. I don't know why I called it X9, but this is X9. This is our newest dark ride. So, how we are going to do this is we are actually going to ride the ride to show you, because this is our newest attraction for the world. Okay, let's lock that off. I can't remember which lever's which. That's a piston lever, that's good. Okay, this is open the ride up. So moving through onto X9. Let's do this. So up our lifter will go. As you can see, it's quite a long ride. As you can see on the map, it does actually look like X2 in all fairness on the map. So it's basically the exact same principle as the Twist of Fate. However, it's dark ride themed. So completely encased, most elements of the ride are in darkness, minus some areas that you can have aspects of light. Mainly went for the dark ride theme because of Universal. Because that, if you go to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, most of their rides in the park on the studio side are dark rides. For example, Transformers, Spider-Man, Fast and Furious, Kong, and many more that I don't know off the top of my head. However, we have gone. This is the difference between me and other theme park builders. I do it onto realistic measures. I try and get the stations as realistic as possible. Instead of pressing a button on your own, you have staff that press the button for you. That was my goal, and so far the goal has been made. So that is X9, our newest attraction in the world. Is a 100 by 100 space lot. Took a while to actually build up all the walls, but I got it done in the end. And the front theme was just random, showcasing all the new all the new different brick walls we had. For example, endstone walls, brick walls, never brick walls, sandstone walls, diorite and red sandstone walls. Those were the main walls that we used throughout this build, and obviously the standard mossy cobblestone walls. But then we also got stone brick walls, which were great. So that is X9, our newest attraction in the park, and we are slowly moving on through the park and retheming areas. Now, you're probably wondering why I've decided to retheme the actual starting area. It was just, I got sick of having no space in the buildings. Like, don't get me wrong, Thomas, aka Hyper Burger Man, or whatever he goes by now, did an amazing job with the interiors. However, for a circle, it was too little space for what I wanted, and that's why I went on the massive showcase and rebuild. I think the rebuild was successful in many ways. For example, toilets, way better on how they have been executed. The restaurant, way better than the fast food area which is here, which may actually be going under major refurbishment very soon. In fact, in today's episode we are actually closing down the fast food restaurant and rebuilding something new. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing today. So pretty much episode 1 of season 5 is the retheme. It's going to take a while, but it's going to be worth it, and it has been needed for a while. And before we actually move on to the retheme, we are actually going to change over to Steven Universe texture pack, mashup pack, sorry, and use that to our advantage. Now it is currently Minecon 2019, Minecon Earth, and they've released a new game to rival Pokemon Go. I ain't actually going to test that game out because I ain't really into games like Pokemon Go anymore. Like, Pokemon Go killed it for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to settings, audio, and turn off that in case it is actually copyrighted. So what is this area going to become? At the moment I don't actually know. That is to be decided. However, we are actually going to keep the exterior build together and just strip down the interiors. Now, the interior to the fast food kitchen on this side was heavily moved over onto the restaurant called... I can't even remember what the restaurant was called. I believe it was Bone Cutter Grill. Or something mad like that. So I believe in episode 2 season 5 we shall be going over the names of each property of build and giving each ride their proper sign name, or even giving the actual restaurants, shops, basically theming to the actual rides that isn't already done. Why did you put a minecart furnace in there? Right, this is Tom's doing that is. I don't know why you did that, but I don't really care at the moment because, as you can probably tell, I am actually stripping most of the work that me and Tom did in this park and changing it over to my own work. Now, I haven't streamed on Minecraft in a couple of months, I believe, because I haven't been with it, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of stuff has been going on in my personal life, trying to get a job, trying to get my life sorted, trying to get back into a routine where I'm comfortable with it. Now, that's the only thing that school did for me, was got me into a proper routine, and I'm gradually getting that back. However, there's always time for Minecraft streams. I mean, for God's sake, Minecraft has just turned 10 on Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. Even though the Bedrock Edition is brand new, Minecraft as a game has turned 10. 10 years and it is still going strong. There are still millions of players who sign in and play the game each and every day. And in all fairness, even though I may not like Fortnite is going to be the same way. If they keep on the current trends and listen to what their players want of the game, I reckon Fortnite will take Minecraft's record of how many years the game has been popular I mean, for God's sake, if you look at aspects like the Call of Duty franchise, how many games has the Call of Duty franchise got with more coming? And they basically change each year. However, games like Minecraft, Fortnite have only got one edition. Even though you've got like Fortnite Battle Royale and then Fortnite, the standard Fortnite game, each game has different elements, but it's still going to be one game. I don't reckon they'll bring out like a Fortnite 2. Whereas that is the exact same for Minecraft, even though like you've got Minecraft PE, stuff like that. Minecraft as a whole is still one game. There's not been another version. Although Minecraft Story Mode, that is an entirely different game as it is made by a different producer, which is Telltale Games. So, gaming is on the way up. And of course, I'm looking forward to the PS5. I can't wait for it to be announced. It's going to be epic, and I will be one of the first people in my family to actually buy one. So, fuck Xbox, fuck Microsoft, Sony all the way. Sony, please sponsor me. But anyways, so we're going to continue with the demolition of internals within this building, and then strip down all the floor. We're probably going to turn it into one building. In fact, that's another thing we do actually need to do very quickly, is put the colour of the bathroom above. In fact, all the way around the actual doors. So obviously this is the female toilet, so no men allowed. If there's men inside, they will get kicked out. Minus me, because obviously I'm the park owner, and obviously members of my staff who will be going in there to clean. However, if there are any male guests inside, they will be escorted out the park and banned for life. So then we're going to add blue concrete on the exterior of the men's toilet for the same reason, because obviously we don't want other genders mixing. And this is going to probably get a lot of people triggered, but I'm not going to make a gender neutral toilet for now, unless I get like a ton of hate for saying that, but fuck it. Like, I say fair play to the people who are transgender and like cross dressers and that, because it takes a lot of work. Welcome to the stream, and welcome to Optimus Prime Gaming's Park. I'm your host, Optimus Prime Gaming. I do actually need to change my skin because I was playing a role playing the other day. We are going to change over to let's play as Brian. Okay. So as you can see, this build is currently underway of renovation, hence why it's been complete and utterly closed off. So that's going to be that for this retheme over here. So let's move on to a different area. Yo, what up, Lewis? Let me just put the messages up. You right, bro? So as you can see, the park is underway a massive redevelopment, and it's taken a lot of work so far. As you can see by the map, we've nearly completed the first map segment to this world. And for me, I've been doing this project for about 2.5 years, on and off. Obviously, means as though we're in season 5, and lots of elements have come and gone, been destroyed, made. Thanks, Lewis. Loads of elements have come, gone, been destroyed, or been rethemed. And they're currently going under retheming and that. For example, this ride right here needs to have the car element added into it. Meaning we need to add a detector rail to detect when the entrance cart is gone to send another cart into the station. I think we have actually already got that somewhere. No, we haven't. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to mine in here. Grab our detector rail. Grab our redstone. Replace that piece of track there. And bring it through to our station. Making sure we don't actually hit any of the other make sure we don't actually hit any of our other redstone, for example, for the levers and for the entrance, sorry. So this is going to be where we enter here. So let's mine through. And then bring it round. Now I don't actually think that's going to be long enough. We'll have the signal to go through. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a redstone repeater there. Cover this all back up for the time being. We're going to use, bear with me now, this is a new feature that I found out by mistake the other day, that you can actually put glass like this, and then that allows you to cover up the area. So we're going to put a new cart there, and then that should work, hopefully. We shall test it in 2 seconds. So let me just hop around. So then we drop down. Come up here, go around the Twist of Fate part 2, and then that should take us back to the station. Now I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it has actually worked. Now what's going on here? Have we got a boost pad here? Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that with like a full ride detail, because obviously we got stopped by the other minecart that was stuck on the track. So we shall go through a full test in a second. But I know this bit works obviously because it has just worked. And then we go through Twist of Fate part 3. Come through to the exit. It kicks us off, launches the cart back up. Cart is stuck there. Have we got another cart there? Yep. So what we're going to do to actually test this is pop just a button there, send us off. Down we go. Full ride analysis without touching any buttons. Will it work? So far we've got enough speed. Yeah, it does fully work. That's good. So now that that worry's over, we can ride it out and get back to the station. Once the cart has gone through, we will move on to our next segment of retheming. Okay, that's the time. On my phone, just checking the time in it. So that's the time. I do need to go and do some chores in a minute, but hey ho. Let me just check my messages and notifications. Okay. So, trying to kill people with them block at the entrance lol. I don't even know how that block got there, so. And plus you can go through blocks on minecart. But I don't try and kill anyone, Lou. I try and keep this as realistic as possible. That is my goal. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and probably link all the minecart stations up with redstone. That is a maybe. So that will probably be our next project for the next episode. See you later, Lou. Have a good day, mate. You too, bro. Peace. So, a probable thing we may do in the future is link all of our minecarts together so then we can lock them, open them up, or even make the circuit active. And that would need a main control building, which will probably be put in the centre of the park with easy access to each. So what I'll probably do is put it over here. That may be where we put it. So we've got access to there. Over the front, we've got a station over there and a station over there. We've got a station anywhere else? I don't actually think we do. So, obviously, with the retheming going on, it is in full swing. At the moment, we won't actually be doing any more work on this live stream to the main entrance buildings. That will be done probably off camera later on tonight. However, we shall actually be working on the new area. So we are going to be building the new area's entrance just over here. And as you can see, we've got so where are we going to build this area? We're going to build it right here. And that is 7 blocks. We're just going to remove this wall and move it across one in a minute. And just block this area off whilst I'm doing this. So obviously this is going to be where the attractions wall is. And this is to stop people going into the Valhalla plot. And that is to stop any accidents, health and safety reasons as well. But then it's not close enough to ruin the effect. So we shall destroy this wall in a minute. We're going to make the actual build 5 wide. However, we are not actually going to be using this block. So that actually makes it 7 wide. But this is just to mark out where the entrance to this new sector is going to be. Now this is probably going to be called... What sector could I call this? I'm just looking around my room to find out like an idea. I don't actually know what this sector is going to be called. But we shall come up with a name, obviously. So how high are we going to want this entrance building to the new area? So obviously, in like parts like Alton Towers, Disneyland, Disney World, you can distinctively tell when you enter a new sector. And that is going to be the exact same for this. So we're probably going to do like that high. Do you know what? I kind of actually like the scaffolding look. As like our entrance. So however high we're having it, so that's how high we're having it. So going off that, can do something like that. And that is how it's going to go. But obviously we don't want people to be able to like jump on it. And we've just wiped out quite a lot of the tower. And that is how we're going to do it. Have a proper like double base layer at the bottom, which we are probably going to use red terracotta for. And then for the in-between sections, we're going to use very clever technique using a certain design of terracotta. And then in the middle, so that actually looks like a nice design. And then from there, we can get rid of those 2 blocks. And then branch out over the top and make it look like a key. And that is how we're going to do it. And that is going to be the basis of our logo to the front section. Now we're going to leave it there for today. Thanks for watching Season 5, Episode 1 of Let's Build a Theme Park. I've been your host, Optimus Prime Gaming, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace.